In this video, we take a walk around and a close look at some of the features of the Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT. Hi, I'm Francois from AdventureBikeTroop.com. I recently picked up this 2021 Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT from Suzuki SA. Thank you, Suzuki, for lending me the bike for 10 days. And in this video, we're just going to walk around the bike, take some close-up looks at some of the features of this bike. If you have any questions, please pop it in the comments below and I'll answer you there. So the first thing that I want to mention is the looks. Now I know this is very subjective, but I love that they went with this bold look. It looks like those old DRZ 750s from the Dakar races from the late 80s. Also the Dr. Bigs that they put into production in some countries. I had one, a friend of mine had one. And I love that this bold look, it looks so much more like an adventure bike or a desert racer than the old road bike look of the Suzuki VStrom 1000. I just love that they went all out. And with the color schemes, this yellow and dark blue or black is just an awesome look. I also like the red and white. Another thing that I love is the front end. It doesn't look like this impersonal, weird, indistinct round shape of the old one. It's got this flat beak reminiscent of the old Dr. Big, and that square headlight, a very bright LED headlight. It just looks like an aggressive adventure bike. The windscreen is awesome. I had it at the lowest setting and it already offered great wind protection. You can easily adjust it almost stepless for about, I don't know how much this is, 2, 3, 4 inches, but it's quite a lot, the additional adjustment or the additional height. You have to get off the bike. I don't see that as an issue at all. It's super easy to adjust. And at the tallest, you can sit upright without any wind in your face. There's some buffeting on the sides here, but it offers very great protection. And I could sit with my head upright at at the maximum speed limit, slightly above, maybe, I don't know. But yes, it offers very great protection at any speed, sitting completely upright. So that's awesome. And the fact that it's not adjustable on the fly is not an issue. I mean, you know what the weather's like. You know you have to stop for fuel anyways, for rests. So just adjust it for the conditions and leave it there. I like that. One less thing that can break, no electronics or anything. I'm not sure what the standard tires are, and it might depend on the market. But this bike was fitted with the Michelin Akanis, so it's more a 50-50 tire. I haven't taken it off-road yet. I will do that and make a video on it. Everyone wants to know that. It's got these gold tubeless spoked rims. That's a great addition. 19 inch in the front, 17 in the rear. So more road bias. It's not an 1821 like the GS Adventure or the KTM 1290 Super Adventure are. But on the tar, it does great in the curves with these tires. I mean, I haven't used this chicken strips here on the sides at all. It feels very comfortable. At slow speeds, you can feel some vibrations from these Akanis. But overall, very comfortable on the road. But like I said, we'll see in next riding what it does. But the tubeless rims, that's nice. So these crash bars, those are only on the XT and XT Adventure models. It's not going to protect all the plastics up here, but at least it'll protect your engines at the engine cases at the bottom. So the engine, it's got the same 1037 cc's 90-degree V-twin as the previous 1000 model. There were some changes to the tuning of the engine, but the power is awesome. I'm not going to do a specs on this video. I'll do a specs comparison with the other competition, the other adventure bikes in a separate video. But all I can say, there's more than enough power to get you into serious trouble. And at highway speeds, 120 kilometers per hour, 75 miles per hour, it's very relaxed, 4,500 RPM. I will make a video that only covers highway and city riding, so look out for that one in the links below. But for now, the engine, it sounds good, that V-twin sound, and it goes great. So there's quite a big radiator up front without any protection. It sits quite high up. There is a mudguard that will protect it. The mudguard comes down quite low, but that radiator is quite exposed. So if you hit up a rock there, it could easily get damaged without an additional guard in front of it. If you go down, like I said, there is a protection plate for the oil filter and the front of the exhaust pipes. But if you look underneath, the pipes is quite low to the ground, and it is the lowest part of the bike. So if you go over a rock or a boulder or a stump or something hard in the road, you are going to smash the pipe. There's nothing underneath. And even if you put a plate underneath, it's going to be even lower. So that is a serious concern if you want to do rough off-road riding, especially rocky terrain. So I'll probably not do super technical off-road or bad roads, but I'll do proper nice gravel roads or dirt roads and report back on how the bike feels there. But that is a concern, and I don't want to damage the bike there. There's some nice little protection features for the brake cylinder, the brake reservoir, the engine side case. I like these cheap plastic covers where your boot sits with the enduro boots. It's easy to scratch up the bike, so that's just a nice touch. If you look at the rear, there's a nice sturdy luggage rack, so if you want to strap on your talk bags or your tent, there's already a nice small little luggage rack there. The seat is a two-piece seat, very comfortable. It's quite low to the ground. I can flat-foot it with my boots. With bare feet, I can almost flat-foot it. So very comfortable and confidence-inspiring. The rear seat is removable with the key, so it's locked. Underneath, there's a 12-volt cigarette lighter socket, so you can charge stuff underneath there. In the front, there's a USB socket here, so there's two sockets, so we'll get back to this one later. There's a little toolkit, like 4 or 5 tool spanners, Allen key. You need an Allen key to remove the front seat. Some people complain about that, but you don't really have to go in there. The battery's underneath there, so you can't easily steal or remove the battery without using the Allen keys to remove it. And you can still charge the battery or get to the terminals of the battery without removing the front seat. You can raise the front seat about 20 millimeters. I'll see if I can figure that out and show you. But anyways, nice, comfy, good looking seat. With the 400 kilometers that I've done already, I didn't have any discomfort at all. So the suspension front and rear is fully adjustable. The rear shocks preload can be set with a knob remotely, so that's quite easy. You just turn it. It's very easy to turn. I haven't played around with the settings. When I picked up the bike, Doug set it to the hardest setting and then turned it back 3 clicks. So that was the starting point. So far, very comfortable. I've only done tar roads or tarmac. Very comfortable. When I go off-road or in the dirt, I'll play around with the settings and see what difference it makes. In the front, you need a screwdriver to adjust the settings. The only little niggle so far is the shift lever. I can't get my enduro boot underneath it, so you have to shift with the sole. And a couple of times it got stuck in, say, 3rd gear. So if you ride off quickly, if you accelerate quickly, no problem, very smooth shifting. But if you ride slowly, relaxed, in the suburbs between the houses, and you try to shift up, sometimes it gets stuck in 3rd gear and you have to switch back down to 2nd and 3rd, and then you can go to 4th. So I'm not sure whether it's the linkages, because the links go back and then forward again. So it was quite annoying, but it didn't happen all the time. And like I said, if you accelerate quickly, there's no issue at all. Then the shifting is super smooth, especially with that very light hydraulic clutch. So this bike was also fitted with a very usable tank bag. The bracket is bolted onto the tank, and then you just click it into position on top of the filler cap. Very easily removable with a drawstring that you pull, and very usable, very easy to use, like at a toll gate or if you go through the drive-through, for instance. And yeah, so that's, if you want to get a tank bag, get the Suzuki one. I love it. The mirrors offer very great visibility. There's no blind spots with that pointy ends. In the front, there's just above the dash, there's a mounting bar for a GPS or your cell phone. And the nice thing is that this 12-volt USB socket, the 12-amp socket, is right next to it. So it's very easy to fit your accessories right in front of you. I haven't tried it because I don't have a phone mount, but I can imagine that is going to be very comfortable navigating while riding around. Both the front levers are adjustable with a dial. The front brake has a 5-way adjustable lever, and the hydraulic clutch is 4-way adjustable. The The standard settings as is super easy to use. I've got the 2 fingers on the front brake most of the time, sometimes only 1, and then on the left I've been clutching with only my middle finger on the left, even pulling away or slow riding, only the middle finger. It's so easy and feather light. I just love that. And then coming to the dash, it's quite a big LCD display, not a TFT screen. I don't particularly mind that. It seems like it's going to be less likely to get damaged or cheaper to fix if it does get damaged or wet or anything. So I don't mind the LCD screen. It's not as nice looking as a TFT. I'm not going to go through all the dash features. There's quite a lot this bike, the XT model specifically. There's quite a lot of electronics, rider modes, traction control settings, ABS. So we're all going to play around with that in the next video. So for now, I'll just mention that there's more than enough information on this dash. It's easy to use, but we'll go through all the controls, all the functions, and we'll test each of them properly to see if they actually work and make a difference. So stick around for that and let me know if you have any questions. And thank you for watching. See you next week.